We are now going to do final adjustments for my client's lips. I will also show you how to create a diamond effect on the final result using white pigment. Only apply pigment where needed, blending in the full lip color together. Do not apply more pigment on the areas that already has enough color. I like using diagonal, vertical, or cross-hatching movements for fixing the final color. This way it will help me to blend in the patches better. Doing all the final adjustments, you can then create a diamond effect on the lips using white pigment. Layering a very light layer on your client lips will create the effect of white speckles. It will look like your client lips have a shiny effect. You have to make sure you inform your client that this effect is not going to last for long. It is a very temporary effect which lasts maximum up to 3 months. Sometimes it's not visible after healing, but it looks amazingly well on your pictures. You don't necessarily have to use white pigment. For example, if you're using darker red tones, you can take a lighter pink color, if it is going to create a similar effect by layering lighter speckles in the red color. You can use various tones of colors, lighter and darker. That's going to create a frosty effect or candy lips. It is a very popular technique at the moment. The two colors that you choose must have a very high contrast to create this effect. If you decide to create a diamond effect and work with a white pigment, you must understand that you have to work superficially. White pigment is titanium dioxide, and therefore if implanted into the deeper layers of the skin will stay there forever. For this effect, make sure you use a very light movement. You reduce the speed of the device and also reduce the speed of your hand. My advice would be is having a great stretch, and also as soon as you feel vibration or skin resistance, you must work in that layer and not to push any deeper. I would not recommend using this technique if you are heavy-handed. You must practice a lot on latex by applying white pigment onto the client's skin. When you're going to do your diamond effect for a first time, make sure you dilute your pigment at least 100% with a shading solution. So you would add the same amount of pigment and the same amount of the shading solution. If you are heavy-handed, I would also recommend diluting your pigment for your outline. So if you find that creating the outline, your line stays stronger, then you can dilute it at least 100%. For diamond effect application, I use cross-hatching technique. I'm using horizontal, vertical, and diagonal movements. Now finished with the diamond effect, and I'm checking my client's lips. I'll cleanse them, remove the cotton pads, and apply a soothing cream. I'm using biotech soothing cream called Nujex. This helps to disinfect and soothe the skin after eyebrows or lips treatments. Make sure you're not applying that on mucous membrane, so your client should be keeping their lips closed. Also asking my client to keep the ice pack on their lips for another 5 to 10 minutes. This will help to soothe their lips and reduce the thinning, therefore resulting in a nicer final pictures. Make sure you're really careful when cleansing your client's lips. At this stage, they are really sensitive. You are now ready to show the result for your client. My client was in love with final results. We have chosen Tina Davis Nude and Dusky Pink, and it suited her so well. It healed to the natural pinky tone but still distinctive, and it gave her a beautiful definition without making them to look lipsticky.